Hey everybody, it's near the end of June, going into July. I live in Arizona, and today's video is going to be about preparation. Now, when I lived on the East Coast, in New Jersey, you had things like hurricanes, ice storms, really cold weather, nor'easters. Out here in Arizona, you don't get a whole hell of a lot of that kind of stuff. But you do get dust storms and monsoons. In fact, today's a pretty good day for this video, because right behind me, building up, I can see in the distance, is a dust storm. Hopefully it's not too bad where you can't hear me, but it's starting to kick up. Oh, you can see it. Areas around here will start blowing dust. But today's video is about how to prepare, at least here in Arizona, for extremes. And I'll walk you through some of the things that I get ready for the summer. And maybe you live in an area where you don't have extreme heats, and maybe something else, and you can use some of these ideas. So let me go over a couple things, and maybe I will get shut down a little bit from this snowstorm. We'll get back to it, to the video. But let's start off with water. Most important thing in Arizona is make sure you got water. So here in my shed, I keep this bucket, and it's pretty much a sump pump that you can get from Home Depot. Got a couple hoses with it, extension cable. Like I said, you know, if we lose power, I'll be using my generator. And the idea is that you set up the hoses and you drop this thing right in, and it sucks it up, I believe, through the bottom here, and pumps the water out. So I'll get this set up and show you how it works. All right, so I'll show you how this works. And again, don't mind the backyard. We got a dust storm. I'll clean it up after the dust storm. So basically, this pump will just go right to the bottom here. Let that sink down there. And I got the hose over to one of my palm trees, so we'll go ahead and water the palm tree. So I'm just going to go ahead and plug this in, and it should start pumping. So there we go. The dogs love this stuff. So that's coming from that pump over there. Yes. Weirdo. Alright, so we're just gonna let that thing sit in there and pump away as we water the palm tree over there. Now, what applications could this use? You can fill up the bigger one, use it as a shower. Maybe you could fill other containers with it. Maybe you could use it to put out a little fire if you end up getting a fire. And we'll go over that too. So I call it dirty water because it's not water you're going to drink. It's going to sit outside. Maybe you got a big container it's going to sit in. But these pumps are great. Alright, we're in the garage now. And one of the really important things I found is these generators. This one is a Briggs & Stratton 5,000 continuous watts, more than enough when you have a power outage. And keep high gauge extension cables specifically for this. So if I got to run the refrigerator, usually what I run is a refrigerator and the an air conditioner, a window unit for my bedroom, so I can get some sleep, because that's important too. And if you're going to have this, and I'll show you over here, you're going to want to have a lot of gas. I got more than enough. I have motorcycles too, so I want to make sure, you know, we never have a problem with gas. So all right, so I showed you the, oh, by the way, this is my Armageddon room back here. As you can see, I got a bunch of rice, some canned food, some dried beans, got some pancake mix and things like that in there. Good for your carbs if there is a problem with the food. As far as water goes, I got a 30-gallon drum of drinkable water, and in 4, I think those are 5-gallon containers here of water. And here in Arizona, can never have too much water, and who knows what happens. Also up here, I keep a couple boxes of this is rubbing alcohol, and then hydrogen peroxide. Hydrogen peroxide if you get the nasties and you got to clean something out, and then the rubbing alcohols if you do have a problem with the water and it gets shut down. You can use the rubbing alcohol for things like smell and bacteria growth and those other things. You just want to clean your body, you know. And if you're short on water and you just need to get the job done, rubbing alcohol, really good for that. So these are little things that maybe you don't think of that are good to do. Then kind of just show you, when the pandemic first came out, I saw some videos on a company called LiveLeak, I think it was, and it was showing these things in China, talking about a virus. And this was December, the year before it kind of broke out, or the month before. So I ended up buying lots of rubbing alcohol and things like that, and tissue paper, and I'm still getting down to just my last few tissue papers, and this was from like 3 years ago. So I was well prepared then. And we also keep a couple guns in here too, which I won't show. But so this is a couple things, you know. Rice, if it's good and it's dried and you got it sealed, should last for a while. And then potable water, you know, water you can drink. I keep it inside. The one things that I don't do that my neighbor does is they keep these 500-gallon things of water. And the fear for me is that if all your water is in one place or one container, and it either gets infected or has an intrusion of something, or the container itself breaks, you lose all that water. So I like to keep my drinkable water separate. Another thing you might not think about is batteries. These are a couple of high amp hour 12-volt batteries that I have that I always keep charged. Here you have your standard 12-volt connection. Another one I have alligator clips for. Never know what the scenario is. And then two, kind of just free range. I can connect stuff to it if I need. And I'll show you something really cool. I found these 12-volt light bulbs on Amazon. So I can actually, you know, electricity goes out, lights out. I can set up a 12-volt connection to it and have a pretty bright light. And this, I had this thing going for, I tested it almost 5 days straight. So that works out pretty well. So electricity, batteries, a really good thing that a lot of people really don't think about too much. And I also have to add, not just to the rechargeable high amp batteries, but also I keep a container of your standard batteries, all in different configurations, so that if we had it some extended time, you know, this would hold me over my radios and lights and other things. All right, so this is my shed, and the door kind of slammed behind me because of the weather right now, so I need a flashlight. So air conditioning units, window units. I have central air, no problem, but if the power goes out and I want to have a nice sleep, I'm going to throw that thing into my window. And I have a piece of plywood already cut out where I just put it up and slip this right in and turn the generator on, and Bob's your uncle. And also a chainsaw, super important. Got an extra bed up there too, wrapped up in plastic, but a chainsaw as well, because you never know what kind of things come falling out of your neighbor's yard into yours or across the street. So doing this inside because it's getting a little crazy outside. Anyway, so I hope this gave you some ideas how to prepare. And things do get real. Things do happen. During Hurricane Sandy, my father and my brother was taking care of my dad at the time, living with them. The power went out for like a month or 2 months or something like that. They lived on the Jersey Shore. And my brother's a electrical engineer and a software developer. So he rigged up something with one of the old cars and the alternator and the engine. I don't know, I'm not as smart as him, not even close, but he set something up where he parked the car up to the electric box, started it up, powered, you know, the essentials. It was during the winter. I believe the storm came like November, so they're going into December. and they heated the house up with a wood burning stove. So things worked out for the time being during the Hurricane Sandy. So being prepared, having a little bit of smarts, and having the resources available to you, you know, at the ready in case something does go wrong, you know, really benefits you. And it's really important to think that way. So hope you learned something, gave you some ideas, or maybe you just say, hey, I do that too. I'm glad I did that, or whatever. Or maybe you hate this video and think to yourself, everything's perfect and nothing bad will ever happen to you. And maybe it won't. So maybe nothing bad will happen to any of us. Oh, most important thing in the world. Have a couple little puppies. Have a couple little puppies, right? Because they're gonna be your best alarm when poop hits the fan, right guys? Right? Yep. Look at that dust storm coming in. It's kicking up all over the place. Getting in my eyes now. Usually get rain after this. Do a video. Alright, the wind has kicked up a lot. Kinda knocking things around a little bit. And maybe we'll get some power outages and show a real life scenario.